Good morning, it is me, Kwak here on Kwak TV, because why watch crap TV where you can watch Kwak TV? And you are catching this either in my Facebook group, The Duck Pond, on my Facebook page, Kwak Talks, where you can share it far and wide, or you're catching this on replay on YouTube, or you're catching it on LinkedIn, or if you're catching this on replay in general, please put hashtag replay in the comments, because I do like to know who stalks me. So today, before I bring today's guest on, who is the one and only Mr. Simon Clements, it's probably a long time since it's been called Mr. Simon Clements. But yes, it's I can't wait to bring the design genius himself on. But until then, I'm going to do my normal talk about shit. But guess what, people? We have light at the end of the tunnel. As we know on this show, I do not talk about COVID, really. Like, you know, I might have to mention it. It's kind of what we're all going through. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. Obviously, I don't want to get our hopes up, but there is light. There is light, people. I mean, Simon will just talk about it backstage. And yes, there is light. And I cannot wait. So if you are watching, tell me who you are. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're drinking. Tell me where you are. Like, honestly, tell me everything. I want to know. Jump in the comments. I cannot wait for bringing today's guest on. I really, really can't. And how is your week going? It's Tuesday. 2 days in. Where the hell does these weeks go? Like, we're Tuesday already. I do not know what is happening at all. Completely and utterly. Throw me off. Don't get it. But yes, so with it being 2 days in, as I said yesterday, I was set the task by Taz Thornton last week about what could I do by Monday that would bring out my inner child, something I did from my childhood. And I chose Play-Doh. So I did with Play-Doh yesterday and Sunday. I was playing with Play-Doh. And I loved it. What could you do by next Monday to bring out that inner child? I'm going to be bringing this up all week. So by Monday, what's one thing you used to do when you was a kid that you can do again by Monday and bringing out that inner child? Because it's really interesting and it's so important. And it's honestly, it's really fun. You haven't done it since you was a kid and it's honestly so much fun. So make sure that you think of something. Is it Lego? Is it Play-Doh? Is it drawing? Is it one of them colouring books where it's not colouring, you just paint with water and the colour's already preset? What is it? Honestly, get quacking. See what I did there. So, as we know, every morning on Kwak TV, I do go through the different days of the year. I also go through Twitter hashtags. I sometimes go through weird and wonderful news. And I sometimes go through Google Trends and anything else in between. Because it keeps me on my toes. So, today, your days of the year. You can use these on your social media as you want. I've really got into these. I started doing these just really randomly one time and I've really got into them. So today is Curling is Cool Day. So this is, you know, where you see on like films where they slide that thing along the ice and then they use the brush and like brush it along. Yeah, curling. Curling is good day. So we're celebrating curling today, people. It is also play tennis day. So get them rackets out, get them fuzzy balls out. That's right. Get your mind out the gutter. Get them fuzzy balls out and get playing tennis, people. It is also International Dog Biscuit Appreciation Day. Try saying that when you're pissed. International Dog Biscuit Appreciation Day. How can we appreciate them? I don't get this. You know, have you ever tried a dog biscuit? You know, right. Cara is coming. All right. We want Simon. He's coming. All right. Bear with the man. Bear with him. It is also Banana Bread Day. Yeah, oh, I do like banana bread. Proper homemade fresh banana bread, like what your mum and nan used to make. Oh, love it. So yes, today is Curling is Cool Day, International Dog Biscuit Appreciation Day, Play Tennis Day, and Banana Bread Day. We could all have a bit more banana bread in our lives, you know what I mean? And then also, your Twitter hashtag. So this is what's trending on hashtag on Twitter this morning in the UK. So we have got hashtag Tuesday Motivations, hashtag Tuesday Vibe. We've also got, bear with me. Hashtag Tuesday Thoughts, and that is it. So hashtag Tuesday Motivations, hashtag Tuesday Vibe, hashtag Tuesday Thoughts, and I can't really see anything else, so go with them and do with them whatever you will. Simple as that. Yes, Mark James, dog biscuits. So if you are just tuning in to Kwak TV, make sure you tell me who you are, tell me good morning. You're on today with me, Callum with a K from Kwak Talks, and remember, if you are watching it on replay, if you've not done it already, please put hashtag replay. Because I do like to know. I really do. So, today's guest, who I am about to bring on in a moment, because, you know, there is a demand for him. We want Simon. So, the brand genius himself, you know, he's done an amazing array of things. And he even surprised me one day with a lovely graphic for my Facebook group, The Duck Pond, which I absolutely loved. So if I get all the appropriate things in order, with no further ado, good morning, Simon.
Good morning, Callum. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I loved your intro because I can relate to a number of those things. My wife makes a mean banana bread.
Oh, right.
I don't know much about dog biscuits, I'm afraid, but I do play with Play-Doh and Lego because I've got a 4-year-old, so I've got an excuse.
See, I don't have that excuse. So I had to go out and buy Lego and everything. I really, really did. So we've got Mr. Dominic Fenton's jumping in saying, good morning, Dominic.
Morning, Dom.
Cara Wood. See, I know this. Simon, you did all of Cara's branding, didn't you, for Phoenix Bookkeeping and Accounting?
I did.
Yes, you did. Yeah. And it's fine work. I don't have the notepad with me. It's in my other office. So, yes, I've got everything that Simon branded, and I love it. So, Simon, just in case, before we waffle on, people don't know who you are and what you do. Who are you and what do you do?
Hi, morning, everyone. My name is Simon Clements. I am a visualizer, a graphic designer, as you may know. I help businesses in a number of ways, mainly through developing a visual identity and brand, but also helping them take their brand and expanding this across their range of marketing materials, both online and in print. So in a nutshell, my job is to make things look good and also help people get their message across.
I love it. And how long have you been doing this for?
Well, I got into the industry. I left straight from college in 2003. And I worked at Cadbury in Birmingham in their studio for 4.5 years. So you still can't get the smell of cream eggs in the morning. Wow. It stuck with me. Yeah.
I do know I can't stand cream eggs. I shouldn't say that. It's like 50 years of the birthday for the cream egg or something, isn't it? But no, it's no, that's really, really cool. Because obviously then you've been in it a long time without obviously wanting to prove how old you are.
I'll tell you, I don't mind.
It's practically dead. So, and how would you say that the past is just longer than 12 months now, isn't it? How would you say the past 12 months have been for you, obviously? How's it been in business and in personal life? How would you say it's been?
Yeah, I think like most people, I'll start with personal wise, because that's obviously the lesser of the two, because, I've suffered from mental health in the past. And I think generally I'm in a lot better place, but obviously with the kind of, I'm someone who likes routine, and obviously having that going out the window and everything, I did have a few dips, and my wife's in a similar boat. So yeah, we kind of, we help each other through it. But yeah, overall, there's people who are a lot worse off than me. So, I can't complain. Business wise, it actually, I think because I started pushing myself at the beginning of last year, more online, getting some more online visibility. And it kind of tied in with the lockdown. It wasn't planned because obviously we didn't know it was coming. But it kind of worked well because I kind of had a massive surge, especially in the branding side of things. I think people just realised, and I was trying to give this message as well, it was a perfect opportunity to take a step back, look at yourself, see if you want to carry on with that path, but, up your visual identity, have a change, just level it up a little bit, or just go into something completely new. And I think that's why everything kind of came around. And I've made some great friends and clients through networking, and people, they're still there today, and I'm very grateful for that.
Love it. And I'm the exact same with you. It's obviously you're obviously both into online networking. There's a few people that watch this, hopefully that aren't, and will possibly get into it because it's awesome. But it's my business boomed thanks to networking, in particular online networking, and it really, really was. So it's absolutely amazing to hear that. But before we dive into one thing, so two things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about branding a little bit, graphic design a little bit. We're also going to jump on mental health a little bit as well, but we'll jump onto that just a little bit towards the end. So graphic design, why is, in this current climate, branding and graphic design in particular so important?
Well, linking back to your comment a minute ago about you've seen a massive boom in, through your networking stuff. One of those reasons is because you're visually out there. And you can see all your stuff everywhere. So I think I could talk for a lot of people, especially in certain communities, that if they now see a duck, they relate it to you. Because even the yellow scheme as well, because design, a lot of people have got this kind of pre-vision that design is literally just making stuff look good. And that is a massive part of it, but there's so much more to it. I think getting design, and I'll say getting design done right, because there's a lot of people who don't necessarily have the right processes and stuff, and that's so important. And so the 3 reasons design is important, especially at the moment. Number 1 is to look good, and that's not just for your clients. It is to attract your clients and get a really good, like, you know, feedback and grab their attention, but it's also for you as well, to make you feel good about your business. If it's designed nice, I mean, I'm sure Cara will back me up on this, but if something looks sexy, you kind of look at it and just think, yeah, this, you know, you give that pride in your business. And I think that's what one of the things I want to try and give back to people is show them, you know, this is where you can be. Yeah. The other method, obviously, it's not just about looking good. Looking good's fantastic, but also getting clarity of your message across. A lot of people trip up, not always when they're doing it themselves, but it's one of those things where we think, oh, I need to put this in, I need to put this in, I need to put this in, like headers and social graphics and stuff. But you don't need to put too much, because if you put too much, you confuse the message. So it's all about, I mean, social media guys will tell you more about this, but it's all about getting that consistency out there, keeping people aware of you, and basically just saying, I'm here. Because that's what branding and the core of design is all about. It's about, you know, you can have the best business in the world, but if no one knows about it, you're not going to get any clients. So it's about shouting about yourself, which we don't all kind of do naturally. So it can be a kind of, you need to take some help, give someone to take the lead with you. But yeah, that's why I think at the minute, because there are so many people reinventing themselves, or, you know, looking at different avenues, I think, you know, stand out, because for certain industries as well, they get a bit of a stereotype. And I think, going back to Cara, I know because she's watching, but accountancy and that kind of has a bit of a stereotype. But what we tried to do with Cara, and of course Sharon's brand, is just liven it up, give it their personality that also, you know, ties in with them as people as well, because as you know, that's one, you know, people buy people. Yeah. And
see, that's sexy as hell. So just to point out for people, I'm going to do a shameless plug for Stacey Kohler at Business Success Magazine. This is her Business Success Magazine, and the man on this call designed this sexy thing, right? Obviously, this is sexy as well. Good old Nathan McQueen, who has been on the show, and you can watch that on YouTube. But so yes, and I'm also in this. You know, this is one sexy magazine. You can't see my face. One sexy magazine that Mr. Simon Clements designed. So honestly, you can go catch one of these. Business Success Magazine. I'll make sure Stacey Calder jumps on this so she can put all the links. But, you know, it's proof's in the pudding. You know, it's me and you had come across each other a couple of times, haven't we? To be honest, we've probably never really had a good chat. This is it. This is probably us having a good chat. So, and it's really cool because obviously you did that, and it's fucking awesome. Like, I love it. It's really, really good. You're like, cheers, pat on the back. So yeah, you know, it really is important, and it really is, once again, proving the pudding with branding. Is, for example, someone the other day, I think it was the one known as Kirsty Grimes, and she was looking on this website at shoes, and she found this shoe, it had a rubber duck stuck in the heel, and straight away she screenshotted it, put it on Facebook, and she was like, the power of branding. As soon as I see this, I think of Callum, and I'm like, yeah, that is what I want. Like,
I'm guessing it was the duck and not the high heels. Just putting it out there.
Depends what day of the week and how much they're paying. So yeah, it's honestly, it is really important with the power of branding. And I can imagine, you know, things such as Fiverr, right? Let's the horrible elephant out the room. Things such as Fiverr, you know. By the way, just a kind of point, don't know your pricing, but you know, people that go, oh, I just want something that's nice and done for 15, 25 quid. In my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, if you want something 15 and 25 quid, understand you're getting something that is the quality of 15 to 25 pound. And there is probably someone else that has got the exact same logo, possibly in a different color, with maybe some different letters on it. You know, and that is Fiverr. And don't get me wrong, I'm meant to talk about branding on Fiverr because there is one or two services on there that you may struggle to find at an affordable rate, depending what you need in your business. I'm not saying Fiverr is completely bad, but for branding and graphic design, you know, you need someone that does branding and graphic design. And once again, I'm not saying the people on Fiverr don't, but if you're paying 15 and 25 pounds for some branding, it is going to be 15 and 25 pounds worth of creativity, quality, etc. I'm sure you completely agree with me on that.
Well, you just mentioned the word creativity there, and I'll start by saying a lot of people say to me, they say, "Oh, Fiverr and sites like that must be absolute. You must hate them." Now, as you've touched on there, it's got a place. It's got a place. There are some really good people on there. The problem is it's saturated with people that, they might have watched a YouTube video on Photoshop. They might have got a bootleg Photoshop or something like that. They've it might be someone who does something completely different, but they happen to have the creative suite. So they think, oh, I can offer that. But it comes down to the thinking and strategy behind it and working what's best for the client. A lot of people, which it's a bit of my bugbear at the minute, but you see it as graphic design and branding in particular is treated like an off-the-shelf product. You go to someone, you say, I want branding. They'll go away, they'll create something, they'll give it they ask for your money. And it doesn't work like that. I work with more of a process which I call hand-holding with the client. So I keep them involved, and that's through communication, through the process. But I also keep them up to date at each stage, because the way I see it is it's the client, it's their project. It's their project, and we're creating for them. Now, they've got the industry knowledge and the passion for their business. I bring the creativity and the passion for design and the thinking that way. So that way you work together, you get a product. I always say it like a funnel, and I hate the word funnel because obviously people think of sales funnels, which aren't bad, but it's not what I do. But you put all these ideas in at the top and you work together until you get to the bottom of this funnel, and at the bottom pops in the perfect logo that's going to work and look good for the client.
Do you know what, from a coaching point of view, it's kind of similar to what I do with people when they have ideas, and it really is because I do coaching and mentoring. So it's kind of very similar. And like a lot of people go, whoa, well, I don't want to pay for a coach. I'm like, no, but there's lots of benefits to it. If you're just wanting someone to bounce ideas off, just ask him it. That's not what I'm here for. And I said something yesterday. It was the first time I've ever said it. And I was like, oh, okay, I really like that. And it was basically someone that's saying they've got loads of ideas, they've got loads of plans, loads and loads and loads and loads. I went, okay, I said, there's 3 types of plans. There's plans for now, plans for then, and plans for whenever. I was like, there's 3 types of plans. I was like, and you've got to understand that all 3 types of them plans won't go to plan. Because just a shameless plug for my podcast, first episode of my podcast, Quackcast, catch it on every platform. I talk about business plans being a load of bollocks. But you can still make plans, but there's plans for now, plans for then, and plans for whenever. And you've got to understand that. It's the same with branding. If you want good quality branding with creative mindsets behind it, even, obviously go to you, but go to someone that specializes in it.
Well, just any professional, because it's an investment in your business.
Yeah, it is.
I know someone that, said, it's a good friend of mine who's also in certain networking groups, but he did say to me, one of the best bits of investment he ever made when he first started out was getting his brand done properly, because people now recognize him by that brand. Yeah.
And it's one of the things when I talk to people new in business about, I'm like, first of all, let's make sure you're earning some money. First rule of business, make money.
Yeah.
But then after that, don't put your branding and your logo off till last. Don't just knock something up on, like, I love Canva, but Canva's good for just a quick social media.
Yeah.
It's good for what it's intended to be. It's good for what it's intended to be. But I was like, yeah, you're not using that. We need to go talk to someone. But anyway, I digress. So one of the other things I said I was going to touch on, and I'm a massive advocate for it, is mental health. And you've admitted that you struggle with it. You also struggle with your health slightly. I know you struggle with fatigue, don't you?
Yeah.
How would you say you've coped during the last 12 months? Not just how it's been, but how you have possibly coped with it. Have you coped with it? What's the deal?
Yeah, most of the time. And I think I've coped better with it going back a bit further than 12 months. I think it kind of clicked with me a little bit more, because I've had this for 15 years. I've had chronic fatigue for 15 years. So it was difficult times at the beginning, especially because not knowing what's going on. But I think the thing that really clicked with me was the acceptance that you can have bad days, and not putting my energy into fighting it, as in, worrying about it. And I'm a natural worrier anyway. But I think by recognizing when I've got, maybe a bit of a slump coming on, or you see the signs, I think by accepting it and just saying, okay, well, tomorrow's another day, that's really helped me. I think another thing as well is communication and reaching out as well. It's something that's quite difficult, especially for men. And I was the same, you kind of like, people do see mental health as a weakness. They shouldn't, but they do. And you get the very kind of macho stereotype people don't want to reach out. Men don't, well, women as well, but men don't want to reach out because they think they're bothering someone, or they think, oh, it's a weakness. But I think once you get past that, that's when it doesn't solve it, but it gives you an outlet for people just to be there and help.
See, everyone knows that does know me or knows of me. There's a very no smoke and mirrors me. I've struggled at fucking times the last 12 to 14 months. Christ.
I'll be surprised if people haven't. Yeah.
Yeah. And you see, when I say this to your person, you go, oh, you didn't come across like you did. And I'm like, no, because, like what you've just said, and even Cara said it in the comments, I accepted that I was struggling with it. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, but in the current climate, I'm not the only person. There's people worse off than me. And there's a word that I do mention quite a lot, and the word is sonder, right? And this is kind of what got me through it, because I had a good wage, my business was doing well, I was healthy, my family was healthy. I, to an extent, no reason to be, but obviously I struggle with it for other matters. And the word is sonder, and the sonder means that walking by someone in the street or passing by or seeing someone walk past your window, it's realizing that their life is complex as one's own. And, and it's realizing, actually, I'm not the only person struggling with this. That's not me saying that it shouldn't be like, what, like you're saying, man up, get over it. You're not the only person. I'm not saying that at all. My acceptance was, I know I'm struggling with it, but I need to understand that also other people are. And that, that's also another form of acceptance from a non-professional point of view. That's a very personal point of view. You need to accept that other people are struggling with it. And I know for a fact that I could go on a networking meeting, not pour my hat out and go, when it comes to your elevator pitch round or anything, and go, do you know what? I've just come on this because I feel like a pile of shit today. And I won't get shitloads of sympathy, but I can imagine people going, well, thanks for coming on. That's what we're all here. Thank you for coming on the call. And it's like, yeah, I am, because I can sit here and stew in it, or I can go and do something about it. And that's the hardest bit, is going and something, doing about it. And, and it's even admitting it. And my partner, bless him, he doesn't do well with emotions. He just doesn't. And the odd time of being like, he's like, there, like, come on. And he's tried. He's a really good egg. He's a really, really good egg. But anyway, go on. But no, it is so important. And, a lot of people talk about meditation, journaling, blah, blah, blah. I love all these things. They work for me.
Yes.
The question I like to ask people, what works for you? What does work for you? Does going sitting in the garden at night when it's a clear sky, on the grass, barefoot, looking up, just chilling out for 5 minutes? Yes, probably a form of meditation. Is that how you do it? Does running 5 miles help you? Like, what helps you chill out? Like, you're already having everyone on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, networking, all saying you need to journal, you need to meditate, you need to get a cold shower in the morning. If that's not how you help yourself, don't worry about it.
It's not one rule for everyone. That's the thing. You have to find what works for you. And, from my point of view, I quite like the meditation route. Just literally as I mentioned before the show, I've got a 4-year-old, so things are quite hectic anyway. So just getting that quiet and just having time to reflect on things is really important for me. But yes, whatever works for, just find what's your thing and run with it.
Would you say one of your things is spending that quality time with your 4-year-old?
Absolutely, because it's fun. I think we lose when we grow into adults, and it's very innocent fun. And obviously, I love him to bits anyway, but he just amuses me as well. He's so, you got to that age now where you can have a really good chat with him. You can have fun with him. He's even got to that stage where he's starting telling rubbish jokes, so you might have to get him on.
Don't put me on this child. But you know what? One of the things that I miss, and I don't have a dog, but actually there's 2 lovely ladies in my life, Val and Pat, and they have quite a few dogs. And I normally go around for a brew, and I've not gone to them because they're elderly, like they're in their early 80s. I've not even gone socially distanced. Anyway, and one of the things I miss is just seeing a bloody dog and being able to cuddle it. Like, I love dogs. I love dogs. I've dated a few of them. So, like, I do like dogs. But, yeah, honestly, mental health is so important. And it is one of them things where, I'm sure I could speak for you as well. If anyone is, connecting with us, reach out to us too. It's what What are you for?
I always say that anyway. You know, it's as someone who's, and again, I can say this for yourself, but as people who have been there, you get it. And if people have never experienced it, or don't know someone close to them that's experienced it, they don't always get it, and it's not their fault. If you don't know, you don't know. But and I think what you said about the networking meeting, if you're honest and open about it, I mean, one of my big things was I just used to kind of clam up and didn't want to put something on social media because I didn't want it to look like I was attention seeking, because that's not me. I didn't want to come across that way, but it was my way of reaching out. So I think people need to get over that barrier and just let people know, because people can adapt differently and help you if they know. Remember, if people don't know, you don't know what's going on in other people's heads. So it's very difficult. They might be putting on the front because that's what we do naturally as humans, is put on this defense, especially when you're around other people, like say in big networking groups, etc. So I think it's a case of reach out to people, ask, even if it could be reaching out doesn't necessarily mean you have to go into the whole situation, because people get embarrassed about that. It could just be messaging.
I'm having a shit day. I'm having a shit week. And if people go, in business, go, no, just with myself. Like, a lot of people won't dig deep. And it's like, awesome. Kirsty, I know you won't mind me sharing this. So I have PTSD and anxiety. I used to say suffer, but now I don't, as I've accepted it's for me. For me, my little girl, and where keep me going. Relaxing is stressful. See, it's exactly Kirsty. And Kirsty, I don't mind saying this, actually gave me a fantastic testimonial yesterday. And all I've been doing is just helping her here and there. And, it's kind of all she needed was someone just to help hold her hand a little bit, just especially during the times. And in the space of 3 weeks, she signed up 4 clients, of a brand new business. She had the business for 3 weeks. She signed up 4 clients. And, that's fucking phenomenal. And like, yeah, I might have held her hand a bit, but the big bit is I didn't do that. She did. I didn't do it. She did. And this is the point of reaching out to people as well. Reaching out to people doesn't mean anything negative. There's only positive that can come from it. And just to point out, so you do reach out to someone and go, oh, fucking man up. They're not a nice person. That's toxic. You don't need that shit.
You don't need that.
And just to point out as well, I don't care if that's your own mother, right? You don't need that in your fucking life. But on that note, honestly, Simon, thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to get you on for a part 2 at some point, because I really enjoyed it.
I feel we could chat for a long time.
We could chat for a very long time. But it's don't bugger off anywhere. I'm just going to kick you backstage, and we'll have a good old natter when I finish the show. How does that sound?
Will do. Thank you very much.
Simon. Bye. Oh, I love that. Considering, honestly, we have only met a couple of times in networking meetings, we have never properly full-on spoken until today. I really hope you all enjoyed that, because I really, really enjoyed that episode. Remember, you can also catch it on replay on YouTube, and in my Facebook group, and on my Facebook page, and on LinkedIn. And you've been watching Kwak TV, because why watch Kwak TV? Well, you can watch Kwak TV. And make sure you tune in tomorrow for tomorrow's guest. And remember, if you can't be good, be careful. If you can't be careful, don't get caught.